So the saga of the baseball Karen continues, this time with an interview of the family who got robbed of that baseball. That already made a video about this father's reaction that was not the best. If you remember, well, he did this very strange reaction when the Karen went to claim that she was the owner of the ball just because it had landed next to her, even if he was the one who ran up to the ball and got it first and gave it to his son. So the interview is about it's a bit painful to watch. If you let's play this so you can see why I think this interview was a bad idea.
I wasn't very happy that we had to give it to her, but we can't win. She was gonna get it anyways.
One thing that I didn't like right out of the gate is that the kid basically concedes in the interview himself that she was going to get it anyway. The bully was going to get away with whatever the bully was doing, or was claiming, or was demanding. That is a very bad way, a very bad approach to life in general. Oh, the bully was going to get it anyway, so we just, I understand. Some would say this was de-escalating the situation, but I really want to ask you, if you saw the clip, if you saw the video, how long was the father trying to at least confront her in a way, because he knew that he had grabbed the ball first. He knew he had put in the effort to that. And it was just a mere 10 seconds until I'm going to tell you the exact time frame between he grabbing the ball was 15 seconds. In 15 seconds, he decided to give the ball to her. So I think that that's why the son is really disappointed. And I see these faces from the father when his son is manifesting his disappointment. He has this like nervous smiles. Why would you be nervously smiling away from the? Maybe you don't want, you don't have the face to deal with the situation, deal with even with this interview, which would be so easy to do. I don't know, but
to her, but we can't win.
We can't win. That is a very defeatist attitude. I don't like the way that this panned out. I think this was not fair in any way.
She was gonna get it anyways.
Sure.
Yeah. What is that? He says, the father says, yeah, he reinforces the fact that she was going to get it anyway. That is sad.
He wasn't going to take it, but I decided to give her the ball. I apologize to you.
He says, at least he, owns it. I decided to give her the ball. I apologize to you. But the face of the kid says it all. Like, no, not impressed with what his father did. That is the reality.
But it was the right thing. We just wanted her to.
It was the right thing. I think that is one of the most concerning sentences uttered by the father. It was the right thing. I don't think that was the right thing to do. Maybe it was the easy way out. That's another thing. That is the easy way out. Because he could have said, hey, no. And people are saying, hey, Jesus, are you advocating for violence or something? No, at no point advocating for violence. He could have just stayed there. And I told you in that video, in that analysis, he must have, the first reaction is to stand in between the stranger who is shouting and your son, a thing that this guy did not do. And that is fundamental. You put yourself physically between your loved one and the threat. And you don't have to do anything. Say that, no. It's like, I got the ball first. The ball is ours. It's that simple. At least some kind of, I'm not saying push back. I am not saying get physical. You will not win anything of that. In fact, she was the one, remember that she was the one who got physical at first. She put her hands on him. He could have just stood there with a good frame and say, you know what? I am not giving you the ball back, and stay there. And she will keep yelling, and you know what? People are going to side with you. That is a fact. People are instantly going to side with you because they are going to look at her. They're going to see that she's unhinged, screaming, yelling, pointing at you, touching you. It's very easy. And if you know that there are cameras rolling, if you just hold your ground and you stare to her face, if she gets physical, she's the one who is going to get, into trouble. That's how you're not even deal with another dude. If you said, okay, this huge dude that is violent, that is that could be an actual threat because the guy is bigger than me. Okay, I can understand that. That might be a real concern. But a Karen? No. It's I don't think that was the right approach. I don't think this was the right thing.
It was the right thing. We just wanted her to go away.
Yeah, you wanted her to go away, but there are ways to make people go away. And you see from his body language, only from the way that he sits. Well, it's obvious that this guy doesn't lift weights. So this is what the first thing that I would recommend is that. I couldn't say that he's vegan, but I can say that he doesn't lift weights. Man, you have to lift weights. First and foremost, that's day one. You lift weights, you have a better posture, you have a better body language, you get more confidence, and maybe that way you can stand your ground against a Karen. You don't have to do anything. You just have to stay there and look to her. What is she going to do? Is she going to slap you? Is she going to punch you? You should be able to take a slap or a punch from a Karen. If she gets physical, then it's game over for her. But that's what you do. You stand your ground.
Yeah.
And the kid is not convinced.
And it worked out. You got a bat.
It worked out. You got a bat. And he says, the father says, it worked out. You got a bat. And notice that he gets serious. You have to show, telling his son, you have to show gratitude. You got a bat in the end. It was great. No, it's like you have to smile. And the kid's saying that, you know what? I am not happy about this. I don't know why are we doing this interview. I don't know why are we here. I wanted the boy. The worst part comes right now.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. And he looks at his daughter as in looking for approval.
Dad, do you have any regrets giving the ball back?
Do you have any regrets getting the ball back? Getting the ball back? Getting the ball back? He should have corrected her because he didn't give the ball back because Karen never had the ball in her hands in the first place. He was not giving the ball back. He literally gave the ball to her, but not gave the ball back.
Yeah, like I said, it's, that was what we were there for. We were there to get a home run ball.
This is the most sad part of this. The saddest part of this is that they were actually at the game in those seats in his birthday, the kid's birthday, to get a home run ball. And lo and behold, they got the home run ball. Imagine that. He planned for this. He got the home run ball, and in 15 seconds he folded because this not Elizabeth Warren was yelling at him. 15 seconds. Imagine all the preparation. Imagine all the things. Your son's birthday. You're there. You get the ball. You get it. You give it to your son. You put it in his glove. And in 15 seconds you fold from a Karen yelling at you. This is not right. Absolutely not right.
So I thought I had accomplished this great thing, and putting in his glove meant a lot. And she was just so adamant and loud and yelling and persistent.
So you're subconsciously telling that these ladies these liberals can get away just by yelling and being persistent. You're essentially saying that you are defenseless against somebody who is yelling and persistent. What kind of message is that? That's why I told you that this is a great representation of what is going on, not only in the United States, but in the Western world at large.
And I just didn't want to deal with it anymore, you know.
I just didn't want to deal with it anymore. Yeah, what's the easy way? I understand. I said that on my previous analysis. This is not an easy thing to do. I have made that mistake way too many times. This is something that is hard. And because it's hard, it's worth doing. You have to stand your ground against bullies. Hey, you know what? No, you are in the wrong. And that's what has brought us to this. Because these people need to be said no in front of hundreds of people around. That's what they need. That's what society needs desperately.
Deal with it anymore. You know, there was hundreds of people, you know, just staring. And like I said, she was very, very, very close. And I'm dad of the family, so I didn't want to do something I'd regret.
I don't think you were going to do something that you'd regret. That is the thing. You are just you are just repeating the narrative of the people who are defending what you did online. Oh, what do you expect? Was he going to get violent? If he got violent, these people, it's like it's black or white. It's like the extremes. You either give the ball to the Karen or get violent. No, that is the reasoning flaw of everyone defending the dad's action. There's a third way. There's the center way. You know, hold your ground. This is not going to happen. You're not getting the ball. The ball is ours.
And that was the choice I made, is to just hand the ball back. And
can that gesture tell her to go away and says, no, this is not the way. This is not the way. And again, you might say, oh, well, but they got this, all these perks, the baseball bat, the World Series, the tickets, everything. But the problem at the end of the day is that precisely society has devolved into an arena in which this elements, these entitled people, feel that they can get away with everything just by being persistent and yelling. We'll just yell at him, touch him, push him, and he will eventually give me the ball. The problem is that we have allowed them for too long because it is the right thing. We want this to go away. Well, we should just de-escalate the situation. No, part of this is measure what is right and what is wrong and what is worth de-escalating, because there are times that you have to de-escalate stuff, but this was certainly not one of them. And if he claims that there was an actual threat, then he didn't react as if it was an actual threat, because he didn't get in the middle between his son and the stranger. But again, I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Bad Language Guy. Much love and bliss.